Before we begin to examine the historical validity of the New Testament's miracle claims, 5 key misconceptions must first be dispelled. Modern skeptics have commonly argued Jesus was just one among many who claimed to be a miracle worker in the first century world, proving he was not unique. However, based on ancient documents, there were actually very few individuals who said they were miraculous, and according to one scholar, in the period of 200 years on each side of the life of the historical Jesus, the number of miracle stories attached to any historical figure is astonishingly small. Other contemporary researchers have reached the same conclusion. None of the very few supposedly miraculous contemporaries of Christ, such as Honi and Hanini, ever claimed their works were accomplished through their own divine power. When Christ performed miracles by his own power, he was essentially declaring he was equal with the Old Testament God, as many in the first century world certainly recognized. Pretenders such as Honi and Hanini also never offered original, salvation-oriented teachings or made prophetic, messianic, and divine claims as Christ did. Christ's ministry was indeed unique, especially when we consider the grandiose nature of his miracles. Another prominent misconception is people in the first century world were very open to following and could have been easily deceived by supposedly miraculous men. The truth is those living in the first century world were no more gullible and naive than we are today, as demonstrated by the critical spirit of numerous ancient authors. Like us, they were skeptical of miracle claims and required evidence to substantiate such events. As one scholar noted, the question, did it happen this way, was a question which made sense to the people living at that time, and was a question which was often asked. People living then knew there was a difference between fact and fiction. Erickson added, the split between faith and historical reason is not part of the biblical picture. If the New Testament writer's reporting of Christ's public miracles was not truthful, then he would have not gained a substantial following, which both biblical and non-biblical sources affirmed he had. Another skeptical assertion is miracle claims were common among the world's religions, so Christianity isn't unique. In reality, while the founders of various world religions did not rely heavily upon miracles to authenticate their teachings, Christ did. It is true no other founder of a world religion has expressly stated they were a miracle worker. Christ is unique in this respect. In sharp contrast to all other founders, only Jesus boldly pointed to his miracles as proof he was God in the flesh. Further, the relatively few miracles attributed to the founders of man-made religions have not been proven genuine in any way. These acts can be dismissed partly due to the fact they were all first declared long after the founder's existence by later followers who had no personal contact with the founder, so legendary development was virtually certain. Some assert modern or even more ancient miracles equal and thus void the uniqueness of Jesus' wondrous acts. However, most of these so-called miracles can be easily performed by clever human beings through their own non-divine abilities. Unlike these human works, Jesus' miracles could not have been the result of human trickery or magic. His miracles were too superhuman to be fake. He either did them with divine power or he didn't, for mere human ability wasn't enough. If Christ really did perform authentic miracles, then we have every reason to believe he was and is God in the flesh, just as he declared, since he accomplished something no other man or woman in human history has been able to do. Jesus' miracles surely lie outside the bounds of human magic or trickery, and if genuine, powerfully authenticate all his bold claims. Some believe science has proven the impossibility of miracles, so the biblical accounts of Jesus' marvelous works cannot be true. However, the claim we haven't personally seen any supernatural miracles doesn't prove their non-existence. Since science deals only with observable phenomenon and cannot delve into the supernatural, it is not an authority on the subject of miracles. Further, if God exists, which will be demonstrated more fully in another webinar series, then miracles are not only possible, but highly probable. One would first have to prove God doesn't exist before they can legitimately declare miracles are impossible. Those who deny the reality of miracles do so, now with concrete evidence in hand, but based upon an anti-supernatural bias and mental predetermination, miracles are not possible.